What is horror? Is horror being chased? Is horror being hunted in the woods? Is horror waking up and staring out the window, remembering you got to go to work, and that this day will happen every day for the next 40 years? I don't think horror is any of this. I think it's whatever the fuck this is.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
So, I made a horror game. Well, more like making a horror game. It's not finished yet, and now we got a few things done out of a large list of things I need to do. But I finished phase 1 of development. So I made this video out of many videos to come about this game, on development process and what I went through so far. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see others like it, like and subscribe. So the start of a video game usually begins in the drawing board, Word, bunch of websites where you can sort of figure things out and plan things out. But mine started while I was taking a fat shit. I had a game idea, and I used my high-tech photo creation software to show you what I had in mind while I was taking a shit. Basically, you're right here. You're the security guard, alright? You're right here. You're the security guard, alright? Happy as can be, alright? Cool. Right here, there's a bunch of monitors, alright? You gotta use these monitors to watch for shit, you know, I don't know, watch for things, watch out for stuff. And this here, this is your office, alright? Yeah, office. Alright, up here, you have another room, separate room, containing food. Alright, now this food's very, very important. Next, you have this really, really long hallway here, alright? Bunch of shit everywhere here, just pretend there's stuff here. Really long hallway. You have to walk up here, go grab food, then come over here where there's this giant room that you can't really see inside. It's all dark. You have this little tray here. And in here is actually where the big, big bad spooky guy's at. Well, one of this big bad. I haven't made him yet, so this is what he looks like, kind of. I don't know. The big bad scary guy. I don't know. He's probably got a lot of eyes. That's what he looks like. 100%. You have to then feed him this food, or else he'll get angry and upset and kill you. But you can't feed him all the time, you see? You gotta feed him only certain times, or else you get too powerful and break free and kill you. You don't want that either. He also has weird mind powers. He has some mind powers to fuck with the player, to make entities spawn and anomalies happen, to convince you to feed him more. But you're smarter than that, you're stronger than that, and you don't get scared and feed him more, or make a mistake and feed him more. That's the premise of my game. So now that you have a general idea of what I was trying to go for, and what I am trying to build, where's the game? Now, of course, the absolute genius I didn't record the first part of this game at all, but basically here's how it went.
Cube. Big cube. Really big cube. 2 cube. 3 cube. Duplicate cube. Room. Make player. Game.
My descent into madness has become complete. Other than that, I finally had the prototype of the game. Now, this first little prototype I made up was pretty decent. It had, I like to think, some decent 3D models. Considering I never really messed with Blender before, I made the columns, the floors, a bunch of other things, including the doors. Now, the game is, there's nothing to do, like, at all. So I fixed that. So as the player's first little objective, I made them have to go fix breaker boxes. There's 4 of them across the map. And basically, you gotta go around repairing them, or else bad things will happen. Well, I'll explain that later on in the video. So the next thing I needed to do was make it so the player can know, like, what he has to do. So I made this whiteboard. After that, I went and put little images on the whiteboard so the player can see what he has to do, at least the first task of many. Next, I modeled a lamp. Not sure if it looks amazing or not. I never really modeled a lamp before, but there was just a random light in the office area shining on the monitor so you can see them better. So I decided to make a lamp, and it looks like a lamp, I guess. I also decided to make a radio just because I guess hell of it. So it plays music in the game, but I want to play like special sounds whenever I get it finished. And next I made a phone. Not really sure why yet, but I made one. Now, of course, I made the monster, first little monster thing you see at the start. Had to watch a whole tutorial for that, and I made a separate video. If you want to watch that, you can. Here it is. But basically, it took me like 40 minutes. I made it. It was the first character ever made while using Blender, so I guess it looks alright. Now it's going to serve as much more of a spookier purpose, and is what I'm going to call them entities. So basically, the thing you're guarding can spawn these entities if you don't upkeep the base or keep it fed. And to basically do this, they're just scared the fuck out of you. That's it. And this one just sits in the corner, plays a loud noise, and does some spooky shit. I'll show you here. Alright, this is the more current version, so you might see some stuff that you normally wouldn't see. And so basically you have this is a light anomaly. The lights will get like all messed up and shit. And that's a slight issue. That means he is spawned. Now when he spawns, it's a little bit concerning. He doesn't do nothing right now, but we open the door and you walk out. You notice something's a little off. Right now, it's a little hard to probably hear me. Didn't it? Oh, there it goes. And just like that, he's no longer a threat. And that's with him already spawned. Usually the breaker boxes have to get damaged first. But with him just... What the fuck? Well, yeah, it's still an early version of the game, and I'm still working on all this stuff. But for the first little spooky guy, I think it works pretty well. So what I did next was, I made it so the player can sit in the chair, which I 100% did myself. The coding for that was super easy, did not have any problems with that whatsoever. So I made it so the player can sit in the chair, and I want it so you can monitor, well, the monitors. You know, you can watch the cameras and see the position, and also interact with a computer, so you can mess around on the computer and do emails and stuff. I don't know what you do with computers, I don't own one. Now, I didn't actually capture a lot of this footage here, but I ended up remaking these cell doors, so you actually have that little feeding tray thing that you use to feed the ghost demon thing. As you can tell, I don't have names for these things yet, so they're going to be called the things, ghost, demon things, you know, that sort of shit. But I basically made that. I didn't know how the shadows looked, so I decided to use Unity's baked lights, so I know everything is real-time light, so I use Unity's baked lights to sort of do with that. Talk about 25 minutes to render, but I think everything is looking better now. So at the current time of recording this, it is still 3 in the fucking morning, so I'm a little tired, but this is what I got so far. You know, I got a bunch of things here, some little lore, some events. You're welcome to read that. And I made it so you can sit down. The camera does that, but that's perfectly normal. Currently, while you're sitting down, you can press F to access the computer, but currently it's just no animation, and you're just looking at this blank screen. But eventually we will work on that and get that working, but it's still a progress. And now you have, of course, all this other stuff here. Don't worry about that. Now when you're walking around, I don't know why the lag is hitting me all of a sudden. I know why the lag is hitting me, and I know exactly what it is. I'm going to show you that to you real quick. So normally the game is actually rather optimized. Like, the only thing that happens is the cameras. And so if you're staring right here, the cameras don't really do much. They do activate every 5 seconds for 0.1 seconds. So you see it flicker sometimes. And when they're all enabled 24/7, your frames will die. So it's okay. But the reason why it's having a stroke right now is I used Unity's occlusion culling, but I built the storage room for the food. And I haven't done the food yet. And the food is like a lot of vertices. And they really just kill your fucking game. So I gotta fix that and make it more optimized and fix that. But that's to come eventually. Woohoo! All lag there. Yeah, that was something I just did like 2 hours ago, and I didn't fix it when I tried to make this video at the same time. But yeah, it's some far something's happening here, and that's not supposed to be like that, or walk through it. Okay, I can just walk through it. Yeah, okay, I forgot to do that. But yeah, there's a lot of things here. You know, you got this. I like the shadows. The shadows look nice. Everything does seem decent in the game, I guess. I still gotta fix some areas where there's some trimming in the cameras. I just realized a bug. Don't. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at this and it's even more buggy as I go at it. But that's a feature. It's not a bug, it's actually a feature. And if one of these vent particles, the little dust that comes out, that's going to be something to think about later. I haven't gotten to it yet, but it's this little particle of dust. So yeah, we got some stuff going on here. Nothing crazy, but a little project I've been working on for about 2 weeks now. Again, I'm not really used to 3D games at all, and so this is all really new to me. So hopefully y'all can see the next update in about 2 weeks-ish. I'll have one out, hopefully showing more than just this guy over here. Don't get me wrong, he's kind of spooky, but yeah, he doesn't really do much. He just kind of stares at you menacingly and then disappears. He's really fucking loud though. But yeah, he doesn't really do much. He just sort of stands there menacingly. And hopefully my optimization skills will improve and you won't die when you look at the storage room. Alright, anyway, that'll be all for today. Hopefully y'all can see the next video that comes out, and sayonara.